What is going on? Welcome to episode 155 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, player 2, Hate Zero. What's up, dude?
What's going on? What up, NPC fam? It is your boy, Hate Zero, your hero.
Player 3, Destinot. What's going on?
Nothing much, just waiting for the holidays. Are they over yet?
Oh.
Player 3, Mel's.
I'm all good.
Player 4, I guess? Player 3? I don't know.
There you go. All good.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
It should just go, welcome player, and it's like 4.
Ooh, I can count
That robot
that.
voice.
Get the bot to say it. All right, guys.
2.
Yeah. That music you just heard was from On Being Human. Check them out on Spotify and YouTube. This is an unofficial Nintendo podcast. And if you'd like to get yourself a free book from Audible, go to audibletrial.com/NPC. Pick up something awesome like Console Wars or Ready Player One. The chair I'm sitting in from Opseat. I've also got an OP Edge, which is their desk now. And I got to say, I love this stuff. So check it out. You save $10 automatically at checkout if you go to n64josh.com/OPSeat. Last I checked, everything was $20 off and free shipping. So that's a total, with my discount, it's a total of $80 savings. So it's a pretty good deal right now. Go check it out. Lastly, I have a Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/n64josh for just $1, you get yourself an extra podcast each month. With that, let's get to our announcements.
Hey, listen!
All right, we do this show live on twitch.tv/N64Josh, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time on Tuesdays, 4:30 on Thursdays. I want to say what's up to everybody in chat. Lego Lawyer, Nintendo Freak, Boosted, Plumber, Pit Rate, Cayman, Super Nintendo, G.I. Jello, Delmonic, everybody that's just lurking. Guys, thank you all for being here with us live. We greatly appreciate it. My new stream schedule, I'm starting at 3 p.m. Pacific, Monday through Thursday. Fridays, we're doing some long streams starting at around 6 a.m. where we do our first look. And then we go right into the Smash Bros. Cast. So make sure to check that out. Also, I've added a second bonus episodes of the Smash Bros. Cast that is that's me interviewing people from the community. They're calling, it's a live call-in show. So whether we're getting questions or having somebody on that has some different pointers or advice, that's what we're doing there. Lastly, I've been putting out some Smash Bros videos on YouTube. You can check those out at youtube.com/N64Josh, especially if you're a beginner. It's a lot of beginner stuff, just like how to do different moves, things like that. So with that, let's move on to our reviews and impressions. Okay, well, I know some of us have only been playing Smash. Some of us have played some other things. Destin, I'm going to let you kick it off because you played all the way through something, correct?
Yes. It just came out this week, I believe. Gris?
On the 13th, yeah.
Yeah. So it released you can get it on PC and you can get it on Switch. And it's an amazing little game. I'm sorry to say this, Hate, but it may take my top spot away from Celeste.
Ooh.
You don't have to apologize for being wrong. That's apologizing for driving the speed limit. That's fine.
No, but here's the thing. As much as I like Celeste for she's like this snarky, kind of,
spunky.
I don't want to say judgy, but she meets some colorful characters along the way, and
she's a little judgy.
She's got her own little attitude, which I love. I love that about her. But Gris, she's a looker. Let me tell you. So basically, the game, if no one's heard about it, it starts off this character Gris. She loses.
Is that
her voice.
is that the pronunciation? Is it Gris?
Well,
I'm just curious because I don't know. I would. I was assuming.
Yeah. If you Google it, it depends. But Gris is, I believe, Spanish.
They're from Spain, the company made it.
So yeah, which means gray in Spanish. So,
for fun fact, it also means pig in Sweden.
Yes. So, depending on where you're from, it could mean different things. But no, the game is really cool. Like I said, it's this character Gris. She loses her voice, and the game is kind of her journey to kind of try to get her voice back. And it's very visual. The style it starts off, the world is gray, and you're kind of returning color to the world while fighting a black ooze monster. Which, let me tell you, as far as black ooze monsters go, I really like this one. They tried to do it in Kingdom Hearts. They did it back in Ico, but I like this ooze monster the best. It actually has some character. And, dude, the music. I know I said this about Celeste, but I kid you not when I say I think this one ups it.
Wow.
I think.
Did you crank your headphones and just lose yourself?
I lost myself a little bit too much, and I probably screamed like a little girl. My wife laughed at me. So, yes, it's very engaging. It's very dynamic, both musically and visually. It's not a super long game, like 5 hours ish. It's like $16 right now, I think. So, but I think well worth it. So if you like games like Flower, Abzu, Journey, definitely pick this one up.
What if I haven't played any of those games? Would I like this game?
Well, I don't care what you like if you don't like any of those games. So.
I've never played them, so I may love all of them. They could be the best games ever.
Think about it this way, and I compare these type of games to Pac-Man.
You're losing me here.
No. Let me hear me out. What did you like? What did you know about Pac-Man the first time you played it?
Yeah.
There's no backstory. Yeah. There's no story at all. I sit down in front of some controls.
Waka waka.
There's a character, and I move. That's literally how those games are. They don't tell you story. The story unfolds as you play it, and in the end, usually they're very, I don't want to say emotional, but they pull at some heartstrings, and they don't come right out and say, this game is for you if you've experienced an emotional loss in the last 24 hours. Like, what you get from it is what you get from it. Kind of like The Missing was in the beginning, where it said, this game is not for one person, and if you identify with it in some way, shape, or form, then cool. But this isn't made for someone or a group of people. That's kind of how these games are, which I like about them, because however I feel at the end of it is how I feel. So yeah, really highly recommended.
Okay.
I played it for about 20 minutes and loved what I played. Like, I thought it was pretty cool. We were all kind of impressed by it on stream, for the first look. And so that video will be up probably tonight is what I'm hoping. I just got to make the thumbnail for it. So I love the way the storytelling took place without any reading, so
yeah, shocker there.
The animation, just all of it, like it was something to behold.
The animation, sorry, I forgot that. I just want to say that real quick. I felt the same way watching this the very first time I saw The Secret of Nim. And if you watch The Secret of Nim, let's put it this way. The Secret of Nim and I think The Fox and the Hound came out around the same time. And The Secret of Nim was created by individuals that broke away from Disney because they felt Disney was sitting on their laurels and just not taking animation to the next level.
Yeah, same formula.
So when you watch Secret of Nim, like the clothing of like the rats, the fact that there are talking rats and they have swords and there's like blood and they're like, it's more adult themes, you can say, in some way. Like, that's how this game is. Something's going on with it. It runs at 60 frames per second, but if you play it on a monitor, there's like a grain filter going on, but that grain filter is only running at like 10 frames per second. There's a lot of visual things going on with this. The detail is super fine. Like, someone used a very sharp pen to create like these lines and shading. It's very amazing. I played it on both handheld and docked, and I was amazed by both. Yes, highly recommended. Again, I think it edges out Celeste just a little bit. I love Celeste; she's great, but I think Grace
Celeste is
my
the
new-
mountain.
Grease is
So-
my new thing.
I can appreciate that. That's fine. I've heard the platforming is less gameplay focused and more just pushing you through the story. Is that accurate?
It's forgiving. Never at any time during this game did I feel like, oh, dude, I can't make that jump. But I feel it's more about pushing you forward in a sense than trying to get that sense of accomplishment through gameplay. I don't think it's even really something that I would say is a sense of accomplishment, you know? If I've read a really good book, I don't know if I feel accomplished at the end of it. Like, oh yeah, I read this book. But
if it's a Stephen King book, you might.
Yeah. But I do feel something one way or the other
Yeah.
after I've read it. And that's how I felt about this.
Right on. Eric, what'd you play this last week?
Just Smash. All Smash.
Are you going pro?
Yeah, in my living room.
Yeah.
I'm super pro in my living room. So I haven't played against humans outside of my one coworker, and that's not losing anything in this game for me. I'm having a blast just going through World of Light, unlocking characters, playing occasionally, the local multiplayer with my coworker. Maybe someday I'll get the courage to actually go online and see how bad I really am, but I'm having so much fun. I don't want to ruin that.
I got you. That makes sense. Mel, you've been playing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of stuff. So I'm mostly just gonna talk about two things.
Okay.
Gris I also played and completed. And man, I don't know how to say this. So I'm just gonna say it like this. I think I am just emotionally stupid. Cause everybody's going on and on. It's like, oh, it's emotional. It made me cry. It made me feel things. And I'm like, I didn't get none of that. Like, it was really nice. Like, the image to detail. Like, when she walks, you can hear the teeny tiny footsteps. It's not too heavy. It's not too soft. Like, that was really nice. When she's like sliding down slopes, the HD rumble, it was perfect. It wasn't like Donkey Kong Country Returns. It wasn't like shaking the whole house. Like that was like some of my favorite parts, just going down these little slopes. And then I think I recognize these parts that are supposed to pull at your heart, and make you feel these things. It's just I didn't feel them. Did I enjoy this game? Yeah. Is it one of my favorites? No, but it doesn't have to be. It was still very nicely done. The imagery, how the story unfolds, like that doesn't bother me. It's just the little clips I wanted to post, like they were just too good to post. Like if I actually would post them, like I feel like I would be spoiling the big juicy stuff. Like even some of the puzzles, like I have like a ton of them. I have like 10 of them, but I'm like, I can't do it. So I only showed like one of my favorites, like one of the last things I tweeted out. Because it was like, you go upside down and then you flip, and you go back upside down again. I'm like, that's cool. And then, so like when you go on and on about this game, you like are building like this bridge to get into like the sky. And like when I beat the game, I didn't even realize I beat the game. I thought something else was gonna happen. So I'm just kind of sitting at the credits screen, like listening to the beautiful music. I was like, that's it, huh? This is still nice. It just wasn't expecting that. So just a different little viewpoint of that. Again, I think it's more on me than the game.
You have no soul. Okay, we got you. Well, no, and I feel the same way you do, Mel's, in that it's not that like I wouldn't compare this to like my favorite game ever. When I say I feel this tops Celeste for me, I'm not saying like, oh, Celeste is the best game ever since sliced bread, and this game tops that. For me anyways, like when I play these types of games, like Abzu, Journey, Gris, it's just about sitting down and like getting lost in like the game. And like when I started playing it, I pretty much played it all the way through, and next thing you know, I'm like, it's 11 o'clock at night. How did that happen? Like I was just enjoying the visuals and just the game itself and the mini puzzles. I wouldn't even call them complex puzzles.
I mean, there's still puzzles, but yeah.
But yeah, no, there's still some to be desired. I wouldn't give it an A+, but it gets an A-.
Okay, all right. Mel, you played other stuff too, didn't you?
Yeah, but I'm just gonna pick one.
Okay.
All day for everything. But the other game I wanted to highlight is Desert Child. Desert Child is this hoverboard racing, like adventure RPG shoot 'em up, like set in the year 2071. Very futuristic. Has like a 90s soundtrack vibe. Like you can buy like other 90s soundtrack music, and it's like Cowboy Bebop-ish. Like even when you upload the game, like the opening little credit scene is like it looks exactly identical to the Cowboy Bebop's opening credits, you know. So that's something. So the story of this game is basically people on Earth, like Earth is turning to crap. Shocker. So they want to go to Mars, but like buying a ticket to Mars is very expensive. And our character, like I don't think they gave him a name, but he learns the fact that they're boosting the price up in 2 weeks. So he has to hurry up and collect this dough to get to Mars to not only get a better life, but he also wants to go into the championship race extravaganza thingamabob. And this game is rated M because the humor is very strong. Lots of cursing. He smokes a lot. Like there's even a section to where you can just chill. And if you choose to do that, he's just sitting on his bike smoking. Like there's no gameplay going on. You just see him sitting on his bike and he's smoking. But the game mostly the game focuses on racing and the city interaction part. During the races, it's pretty basic. You have to shoot these little TVs to get like money, boost speed, and stuff like that. And of course, if you win the race, you get money. You save your money, and after each race, if you mess up your hover bike too much, you have to repair it. You can get new equipment to boost up speed, better bullets, stuff like that. And apparently, you can't race if you're hungry. So there's a whole bunch of little like ramen shops. So you need ramen, and it actually shows the guy just souping it up. you can drink stuff like that. So eventually he gets to go to this big city, and during the races, like after the races are done, you can explore the city, and there's different characters you can meet up. They can give you like discounts on parts, buy things. You can join, you can fight like a gang. You can or you can sign up for a pizza delivering guy. Like I posted a little clip of that. He's delivering pizza, so you can earn some extra money. You can herd up kangaroo instead of like cows and stuff.
What?
And there's all these little side jobs to gain extra money. Because like the first step is like to gain $500. That's easy. Then like the next step is like gain 10K. I'm like, oh, okay. You can be racing a lot, so you can be fixing up your bike a lot. You can be eating a lot. All of this costs money. And then you can, find some people like, hey, throw this race. I give you like $200. You can go the race. You can steal stuff. You can be like a pack mule. If like some guy's like, hey, just take this random item to this boarding class. Don't look at it. Don't get caught. And if you get caught, you kind of have to lie or like get a little mischievous. So I like this game. But there is some problems to it. There's only 4 chapters. The first two, the first chapter and the last chapter are really short. And like the ones in between, if you don't really like this downtime, like, going around doing these side jobs, going around boosting up your car and stuff, if you don't really like doing that, there's going to be a lot of doing that. And the loop is basically you race. If you mess up your car, which you're most likely going to do, because the races are actually kind of difficult. And I picked the second to easiest difficulty. There's like 4 or 5 of them. So I was like, And there's different little things you can gain in these races. Like there's these little cassette tapes. I think they're like secret music. you can collect them. I only collect like 2 or 3 of them, to be honest, because I'm not very good at the racing parts. There's a grading section, and then I think there's even something else. The races themselves are pretty much just kind of like a background change. Like there was one I was racing on water. The waves kind of pushed it back a little bit, but all my other platforms I was racing on kind of felt the same. So that was a little disappointing. And the story itself, it could have been better. Like, I'm not looking for like this deep story into this game. It's just, I thought the premise was really interesting, how you want to go to Mars, let's talk more about that. You have to really go out of your way and talk to these side characters to get any kind of feeling for these people. So, like, despite all these little problems, I just felt like I had to talk about them just so because again, this game's like 4 long. It's like $11.99. But I don't regret it. I still enjoyed it. I just wish I had a little more time in the oven because I feel like this could have been great instead of good.
The videos that you posted, like I was kind of intrigued just by the way the racing looked, because it's side scrolling, but you can actually see. So you're moving left to right, but then you can move up and down on the screen, and your character and your car and everything, they shrink really smaller the further away you get. Right.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Which I was like, that's interesting. I don't know that I'd seen many other games do things like that, and it looked pretty fast. And
it's pretty fast. Like even if you boost, it goes even faster. And I that was like one of the first things I did. Like I boosted up my boost speed like as far as you can go. I just want to go fast.
Yeah. So that was cool. That was cool. All right. Well, I did a handful of first looks. We did Katamari, right? Which I know there are people that love that game. That's not
I loved that game.
That's not a Josh game. Like,
say what?
Yeah,
I could have told you that before. You don't shoot anything. You just keep rolling stuff up.
Yeah. So, but there is a first look if you guys want to check it out. If you do want the physical copy of the game, the only place you're going to find it is GameStop. So keep that in mind. But yeah, you got Katamari on the Switch. It's a good thing. That's a good thing. Next up, I had a code for Escape Doodland. Now, this has a lot of like fart jokes, things like that. That doesn't really do anything for me. I don't really get into it. And it's kind of an endless runner. You're just trying to get away from this dragon that's chasing you. And the graphics look cool. Right? The way it's like hand drawn and everything like that. It's got that going for it. Overall, it's just not a game I would go back to personally. Didn't really grab me or anything. But if you like those, if you're into that kind of humor and you are into like endless runners, then this might be like a match made in heaven for you. So, you could check out my first look, see what you think. But, it controlled very well. Like it was very, very precise. But it was just, again, when you're playing on a system that has, it has an analog stick, it can have a D-pad, you could play games with a D-pad, but you're playing an endless runner. It's just kind of weird, It feels weird on the Switch. So, chat saying that Smash has ruined other games for me. No. The next one I played, which was totally goofy.
My personal favorite of the first looks.
YouTuber's Life, OMG. Look, again, this game is not for me. It is not for me whatsoever.
But isn't it your life completely in detail?
It's, it was pretty close. I make a video, then I go buy new headphones. So that's.
And then you sleep for 1 second.
And then I sleep for 1 second. Yeah, true. So that's basically this game. You're in your room. You sit at your computer, you record game footage, you then upload it to YouTube, then you sleep for a second, then you go to school, then your mom yells at you, then you buy a new game, and it all plays out like a point and click adventure, which again, not for me. I know this game is for somebody. I know there's somebody that would really, really enjoy this. If you like kind of just like simulation type games, this might be for you. Check out my first look, see what you think, but just not really one that grabbed me. Lastly, I picked up Double Dragon 2: The Revenge, which is an arcade archive. I love, you guys know, I love having the arcade ROMs on my Switch. Like, my Switch has secretly become this arcade machine that I had no idea that would happen. And I absolutely love it. Love it. So, Double Dragon, it's Double Dragon, right? Controls how you'd expect. It's very difficult. You know, I think chat was like, "You're dying a lot." I'm like, this is a game designed to steal quarters. You know, like, that's the point of this. So, but overall, ran smooth, looked like it should, and I loved jumping into it. So, this next part I have on the news, but I'm going to leave it in the review section here. The NES controllers showed up for my Switch. They got here Saturday. I immediately posted a picture on Instagram that was interesting, hearing people's reactions, like Eric shaking his head right now. He doesn't like the way they look when they're charging.
No, I don't. And anybody who likes straight lines or like aesthetics won't like it either.
Well, you're not going to like this either then, because they won't charge on my charge stand. They only charge on the Switch.
Wow, really?
Because you can't get them down far enough on the charge station.
Oh. That's
why
so
you gotta go out
unfortunate.
and buy the new and improved charge stand
Right.
for $9.95. You know, that now holds NES.
So
I think it was Destinod who posted the GameCube controller one. I think I'm just gonna wait for that one. That was my favorite.
Yes,
that was good.
coming soon.
Um,
I have a question about those.
Yeah.
So, are they exactly the same size as an NES controller?
I mean, I'm fairly certain I didn't like hold it up to my NES Classic and check, but it feels and looks like identical.
It's like, for me, I mean, this is just personally, like, I know, like, hey was saying he didn't like the way they fit on there. I know it wouldn't be 100% accurate, but I think I personally would have rather had a Joy-Con sized NES controller, maybe with a full size D-pad, and you could have even made the buttons like super tiny, but just the two, like, identical to an NES controller, just shrunken down so it would have matched like the size of the Switch. That's just, I don't know, that's the first thing I thought of. Then again, that's kind of no different than playing it with the Joy-Cons, but I don't know, that's just what I thought.
Overall, like, playing the NES Classic games, because it only works on the I should NES Classic, on the Nintendo Switch Online Nintendo games. That's the only place those things work. You can't use them.
Colt 45 did it with Celeste.
Oh, did he? Okay, but
Yeah.
you'd still be a button short. Well, I guess there are triggers on those. So,
Yeah, he had the what's the stupid wrist strap on there?
Yeah.
And it looked even worse. Like, it's just a
right.
Just stop. Just let me charge it with USB-C, and I would have bought them.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad to hear that there are people using it with Celeste. That's great. I didn't, as far as I had known, what they had said was it only worked with the Nintendo Switch Online stuff. So
I'm sure officially it only worked. You know,
right.
Only supported.
The rest of it's probably hit and miss.
Yeah. But what's funny about those things, as soon as I showed them to my wife, she's like, "We have to have those. You're getting them, right?" I'm like, "Well, yeah," you know. So that was easy sell, and we immediately jumped into Wario's Woods, and she proceeded to just ruin me in that puzzle game, which is a fairly confusing game when you first start playing it, because you're like, why is this? You're playing as a toad picking up different bombs and critters, and it's crazy. But the controllers worked as you'd expect, and I mean, I'm a sucker for that nostalgia stuff, so that totally worked on me, right? But yeah, that's that. So I think with that, we can get to our news. So Nintendo is going to be heading to court. So Yeah, there was.
But not in the U.S., right? Isn't that some European country?
Yeah, it's not. It's not in the. It's not in the U.S. It is. I believe it's. Come on now.
Germany?
I need this
Was
to
it
open up.
It might be Germany. The bottom line is it should be like that everywhere. Like you shouldn't be able to sell a pre-order and not allow returns. Like I completely agree with the lawsuit. And that's true for games. I mean, any platform. Like I don't believe that just for Nintendo. I think that should be true of all the platforms.
It's the Norwegian Consumer Council, right?
Good for them.
And so that's what's going on. They've apparently been breaking that law, and now it's going to court, and we'll see. This I don't know if you guys remember what we talked about this kind of like months ago. It's been quite a while, and I kind of I thought it was just kind of gonna get brushed under the table, but
Oh no, this is a serious thing over there.
nuts.
Yeah, there's other European countries that have the same law. Like you can't sell somebody a good that doesn't exist yet and not let them return it. Like that should just be illegal. Like that makes sense to me. Like I haven't received goods for this service yet. Why can't I return it? Like it makes total sense.
There's also another law that I just heard about recently. Again, it's one of the European countries. They're trying to make it where you can't even put your game in like any type of eShop without having a release date. So those games that they just put out there and they're like, buy this, it's pre-ultra alpha coming soon.
Oh,
like
yeah,
like a Scalebound that never ends up happening. Which
or like a PUBG or like a
Fortnite.
Anything that's not
Fortnite that
be done, yeah.
Where's the final game? Everyone they keep saying like, oh, it's a beta, but they're taking money left and right, and it's kind of like, will we ever get an official game? Why even from a marketing standpoint? Why even release it? Why?
I don't know that anyone cares. Fortnite's not an official release. Like,
but yeah,
I'm sure somebody cares. Just probably like one guy that.
he's really upset. He's like, I've been waiting for the official release. I refuse to play betas.
but why? I guess I don't get. I don't know. Yeah, why not just say it's official? What does it hurt? There's got to be some reason they're not. Because if right now it's being a beta, they could probably pull it tomorrow and no legal action because it was a beta.
Yeah, I assume there's some sort of EULA.
Weird though. Weird time we live in.
It is, and I wonder about Nintendo's stance with this, with this law and everything. Like the only thing that kind of comes to my mind is, are there pre-order bonuses that are going out that people are getting that they then, can't take back if they were to cancel?
Well, to be fair to Nintendo, PlayStation, they may have changed it by now, but they didn't allow it either for quite some time. And Xbox just recently allowed you to get refunds on pre-ordered online games. So I think it's just Nintendo's still new to the eShop, where the other people have been kind of playing this game for a little bit of time. And anyone who has a PS4, please feel free to let me know if that's still the case or not. But for a long time when I had a PS4, there were no refunds. You could get one refund if you really hated a game, as long as you didn't get any. So I forget what it was. There was a crazy stipulation on it, but basically if you do it too many times, your account would get banned, similar to Xbox.
And you couldn't rebuy it. So if
you
bought
locked
it,
out.
Oh yeah. So I mean, if you were like, oh, I don't want this, and then 5 years, well, I don't know about 5 years, but
5 months
I
it
don't
goes
know.
on sale for like really cheap.
Yeah, then you're like, oh, I want to get it. You know what? I just like, yeah, I do want to get. Oh, I can't buy it now. Great.
Well, Mel, you're gonna have to tell me if I say this guy's name wrong. Hideki Kamiya? Did I say it right?
Oh, you know what? I actually don't actually say it out loud.
Oh,
I would
gotcha.
say it's Hideki, but
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Hideki.
right though.
Kamiya.
Okay. Kamiya. Yeah, there you go. So, wants to know which of his characters we'd like to see in Smash Bros. He tweeted out a poll or something, I believe. This is from he is a director at Platinum Games.
yeah. So he made Bayonetta. What other characters he got? Beautiful Joe.
I saw something about
Okami. What else is there that
Leon
would be
Kennedy from Resident Evil, but I don't know if that was right.
even if that is 100% true, he's not going to be able to pull that from Platinum Games. So
Maybe he's got dirt. I don't know.
His
It's more like he has like inspiration pull kind of thing, not like he can do it himself. He has a little swiping, but
I mean, but he could do his own characters that
he wants his own characters. He wants wonderful, Red, Wonder Red, I think. Yeah, Wonder Red. You know, Beautiful Joe, really nice. He worked on, I think, Devil May Cry 2. So, you know, he kind of has a little slur of Dante, you know. That's why he's up there.
Like he also created Amaterasu from
that's Okami. That's Amy.
Never mind.
He could bring over a scale-bound character that never got released because it was the greatest game that never happened.
No, he can't. They own that stuff. He can't do it. He has to redo it again. That'd be like the fourth time he would do that game. Because the first time he was making that, he actually pitched it to Nintendo for the Wii. And the main character was this little girl, not like that guy we had.
Yeah.
A very generic guy.
the dragon arm guy.
Yeah. It was still a dragon, as the main companion, but it was this little tiny girl, It was for the Wii. And they're like, we don't want it. So he's like, okay, I'm going to try again. And
apparently nobody wants it.
Yeah, nobody wants it. I mean, I was going to buy it, but whatever. But yeah, I like most of his stuff.
So did Nintendo even ask him? Or is this another one of those like...
This was one of those like he went to pitch.
Yeah, and now it's Nintendo's fault when they're like, sorry, we're not taking any more entries. And the fans are like, damn you, Nintendo! Why? Like, why can't you just give the fans what they want? Yeah. I like it, though. I like it. Brute force your way into a game series.
I mean, he's in there. Bayonetta's in there.
Yeah.
Well, what more does he want, then?
He wants everybody. He likes all of his stuff. I like all.
QB, you can put in there. I'm fine with that.
I'm sure they're barking up that tree, too. Like, hey, we want her in there. She's in Soul Calibur. Like, we don't care if she's in Soul Calibur. Just put her in. Give us the game. Because I think that's going to happen for all these things. Whoever gets in, we're getting their game. Like Persona 5, like, Joker, we're getting their game. Because there's no reason why we would get him and not the game.
I don't know. Seen weirder things.
I mean, we're finally getting Final Fantasy 7. I mean, it only took like...
Yeah, but not till next year.
Yeah, I know,
yeah, but we're
still
getting it before Sony gets the remix.
Nobody's
or the remake.
That's gonna be like PS6,
What was the Dog Dragon game that was supposed to come out on PS3?
The Last Guardian.
Last Guardian. Imagine if you were that guy that bought a PS3 for The Last Guardian.
Oh my god.
How mad are you? Like, I'd be like, really? Thank you.
I'd be
very
still
much.
Mad if I bought it for the PS4. Just saying.
Maybe you bought a PS3 for Final Fantasy 13 Versus. Joke's on you.
Oh yeah, a ton of people did that. And years before they said if it was going to be 15, I'm like, guys, that's going to be 15. They're like, no, that's stupid. They're not going to skip it. There's not going to be 15. I'm like, they don't have enough time. They're going to make that 15. Like, no. And sure enough, they made it 15.
Yeah. Josh is lost. These are Japanese RPGs, Josh.
Hey, you have to get to know him, man. Because, that leak rumor of the Smash next DLC guy, he's another Japanese JRPG guy. Just saying if that's legit.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So Smash Bros. sells 5 million units worldwide. 3 million in the States in 11 days. Fastest selling Smash game to date. All right. This is good news. You should all be smiling right now, including
If
Destiny.
you're listening to this, I have the look of shock on my
Yeah, I mean, is that surprising at all? I don't know, like, they say that number and people are really happy. I don't know if that should be. I don't know what I was expecting Smash to do. I mean, there's 20 million Switches in the wild, and they only sold 5 million. So I don't understand what the other 15 million people are doing. Like, that's kind of where my mind is at.
But you were there like a week ago before you.
Yeah, but I bought it. I bought 2 copies. So
I also bought 2. And Josh, how many did you buy? Like 4?
3.
Yeah. So there's a lot of Switches in the wild. Only 5 million units worldwide. What's wrong with the rest of you 15 million people? Just buy the game.
Well, after Christmas, everybody gets their gift cards,
Yeah, that's true.
That'll help. I mean, to give you guys, here's what I think is strange. Smash was like the top selling game on Amazon, right? But Red Dead sold like 15 million copies in its first week. So,
yeah,
nobody's buying Red Dead on Amazon apparently, which I found to be strange.
I mean, the PS4 games on Amazon lately have been having a stocking issue. Like, I think they've been fighting kind of stock wise.
Oh, I see. I just that just seems strange to me that it outsold it by 10 million units, yet it didn't.
Well, but that's on 2 consoles too, right? So it's
split, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I could totally understand the numbers being different. It was more the Amazon thing that threw me off, So
I think a lot more people went digital with PlayStation and Xbox One because the internal storage is better than 1 gig, and I think the game sharing options that exist between those, a lot of people are taking advantage of that with those consoles.
It also feeds right into my theory about. You can read plenty of articles on this. This isn't me, like coming up with this on my own. They say the average age of a gamer is in their 30s. And Red Dead Redemption is clearly an M-rated game for more adult people. Nintendo has always been seen as a kid system. And I think the reason why PS4 and Xbox have way more sales wise, it's just people are more adult now and it's marketed towards adults. And that's not to say that there's 0 kid gamers, because there are plenty of them. But they've kind of grown up with phones and just these like mobile platforms, not consoles. That's not to say there's not any of them out there. Josh, I know your sons both play everything. Consoles, PC.
No, this is a really good point. Like, when I look at the way they game, my oldest son has always played one game. He's always stuck with Call of Duty. He played through Destiny, the story, and then walked away from it and went back to Call of Duty and never looked back. And from that point, it's always been Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. Now Fortnite. Played the new Call of Duty for like 5 minutes. Now it's just Fortnite, right? But there's the potential for Fortnite to become a job, right? So that's why he invests that time into that game. He doesn't necessarily play for relaxation or for entertainment. He's streaming. He's trying to entertain, and he's trying to win wagers and things like that. My other son, he likes to play music and do things that are a little more creative. Played Destiny pretty competitively, now is starting to get into Smash, and played Fortnite for a while, but then kind of walked walked away from that, even though he's still really good at it. Now, to answer your question, he did bounce between Xbox, PC, and his Switch, right? But then you look at my daughters. This is what's strange. Like, when we were kids, it was like we got a new game, we played through it, but that was the most exciting thing that was happening in our lives at that moment. I can't tell you the last time my kids were bored. I can't tell you when most of the kids in this generation
What do
were
we do
bored.
today, Dad?
I think the kids now are always bored because they have way too much stimulation. So on the 30 seconds they're not stimulated, they're immediately bored. It's like I used to play in the grass and like make stuff out of dead grass. Like kids don't do that anymore. Like
This is slowly turning into like an old when I was a boy. When I was
Yeah, pretty much.
But I think it's interesting though, because like I longed for that when I was a kid, to have a Game Boy all the time, so that like if I had downtime, I was spending it doing what I enjoyed. And that's what they do now with their phones. They're on Instagram, they're on Snapchat, they're taking selfies, they're making videos, you know, that kind of stuff.
But to kind of get back to it, like I can see why Red Dead sold way more, because it is a more adult game. Adults have more money than kids. If a kid gets a game, it's usually because their parent is buying it for them, you know, or they're rich. I don't know.
Or they traded.
Yeah, they
Bunch of
traded
stuff.
1,000 things at GameStop, and GameStop was like, "You're 6, cool, you can get this game." So, but yeah, I can see why it sold more. And even though there's 20 million Nintendos out there, who owns these? And Smash had the biggest potential of them all. There's people at my work talking about Smash.
Yeah.
Then, like, why you guys have never said anything about video games before, ever?
Oh,
Yeah.
even my dad was like, "Oh, are you getting that Smash?" And I'm like, "Dad, I've told you I have a podcast." He's like,
Literally for that game.
He's like, "What's a podcast?" I'm like, "We've gone over this. It's like radio, but it goes on the internet."
What's a radio?
How did
No,
I
but
turn
it's
it
like, yeah,
on?
this game had the potential, and only selling 5 million, while good for Nintendo, because 5 million is nothing to sneeze at. I honestly just don't think they have the established install base, or, I mean, I'm not saying that Nintendo's a forgotten thing, but it's just they haven't been keeping up the way the other consoles have with trying to put themselves in the.
I think they're pacing really well though, and I don't want to say 5 million is nothing, because 5
Right.
million in what, 7 days, or what was the
I think
metric?
11 days.
11 days.
Yeah.
That's a good amount. Maybe the other 15 million will start up. The other thing to look at is, of PS4 owners who bought Red Dead, how many PS4s are in the wild? What percentage of owners bought it?
All.
That's absolutely not true. So,
No, yeah,
if
I get what
it's
you're saying.
under
It's probably lower
25%,
percentage.
then you know there's some factors, but
Plus, this is going to be an evergreen too, because like this is always going to
I
keep
don't
selling.
even know what that
selling.
means. You guys keep saying
It
weird
is an
stuff to
evergreen.
me.
That's
It's
what
a
it
weird
means.
thing
It
to
just
say.
keeps
It's not a
selling.
tree.
It's
Not a tree.
It's a tree of money, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a staple title that people will probably pick up if they pick up the Switch, right? It's gonna
They could pick it up like in 2017. They're gonna buy it, you know.
it'll be there with
and
Mario
they've-
Kart, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think Reggie I saw an article where pretty much there's a massive percentage of people that have picked up Zelda, Mario Odyssey, and Mario Kart.
Yes.
Like the percentage of people that own Switches that have those 3 games is super high, and they're saying that's never happened before on any Nintendo console.
Yeah, I mean, I think
So-
Mario Odyssey and Kart are at 10, 11 million, probably more now this year, right? I mean, I've even had like Prime Griffin from my chat, you know, he comes in, he's like, "My parents just got us a Switch and Odyssey," you know, like that was yesterday. That was yesterday that he told me that, right? And so those kind of games they're going to keep selling. Mario Kart's at the top of the charts all the time. Nintendo puts out their best deal on a Switch, includes Mario Kart in it.
Oof, that was so good.
Well, those games are also a lot more user friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Smash, if you jump online and you're like, "I played this back in the day on the 64. I'm pretty good," you will get your teeth kicked down your throat, and you will never play again. I don't think it's as bad as Dragon Ball Z, but
So
it can happen.
We have a
Another
podcast
metric.
that'll help you get better. Smash Bros. Cast, if you want, you know, come check it out. That's a shameless plug.
Hey, he made the video.
another metric to
Basic
look.
Yeah.
There were how many Wiis in the wild?
80
Like,
million, I believe.
80 million? How many copies of Brawl got sold in the lifetime of the game?
It was like 33 something.
So, I mean, we're not doing too bad in the
think
first
33.
week,
Maybe
right?
20.
I know Mario Kart was the highest selling, and it was around 30. So I'll check right now.
It might have been like 25. It was
so-
like in the high 20s, low 30s probably.
So, I mean, that's a pretty successful adoption rate, but
Okay, I'll give you a quick idea.
Yeah.
It looks like 64 was 5.5 million. Okay, in total, Melee 7.41 million, Wii 13.29,
that's it,
That's not,
really.
that's not too bad.
3DS 9.35, and Wii U 5.34.
So we're
19.
Probably easily exceeding Smash expectations, I would say then. I mean, based on those numbers of what all Smash games have done, this game should surpass all of those, unless something weird happens.
Yeah, I'm guessing by within 1 year, it will be the
Yeah.
top selling Smash game of all time.
Which is
It's like
amazing. That's a
halfway
great
there,
thing.
basically.
Say that again, Mel.
It's like halfway there anyway. Just about, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
What I really want to know is when's the next one come out?
2022.
Yeah, it's gonna be a yearly thing. It'll be
I'm
next
ready for the next one.
already, huh?
Oh, you just want 2B.
Oh my
They can just
goodness.
take away everything, just add 2B, and that'd be it. Well, yep, I gotta buy it.
I've what's it, Crawler? I think Crawler sent me a video of her in, is it Soul Calibur?
Yeah.
Yes, 6.
She's just too OP. She won't come to Smash.
That's
She'll
how
be
they
the new
always
Bayonetta.
do it. That's how they always do it. You know,
They nerf
make 'em-
Bayonetta so they can bring out 2B.
I mean, that's how you gotta sell these people. Make them super good, and then after everybody buys them, it's like, oh, we gotta fix them. Except for Bayonetta, because they just kind of gave up for the Wii U. Like, I don't want to update this again. Just make them deal with it. But now it's like, oh, this game has to last like 5 years. Tweak some stuff.
What? And look, as gamers, sometimes we do some strange things. I would be willing to bet there's people waiting to pick up a Switch and Smash until Joker is available, right? The first character, because that's like a series that they love and they can't wait to play, you know. And that person probably plays the PlayStation, possibly exclusively, right?
It's funny you mention that because both of you know, Mel's probably too. I had absolutely zero desire to play Animal Crossing. I played Smash for like 3 days, and Isabelle's like my new main, and I'm like, I'm gonna go back and play Animal Crossing. She's not even in the original.
No, she's a new leaf. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, I'm about,
new.
I don't know, I'm about 10 hours in. I almost have my house paid off.
That a boy.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Hey,
How
guess
many
what?
NES
But
did
I
you
think
have in
that's
your
the
basement?
appeal of this game is maybe you get into it for Mario or Solid Snake, you know, but then you're like, oh, who's this other character? Oh, Joker? Oh, who's this
Yeah.
guy? This guy's cool, you know, like
That's exactly why we should
what
put
game is this?
these types
Oh,
of characters.
it's not even on Nintendo? Oh, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Where's Persona 5?
Oh,
I had no interest in Little Mac until I played this game. I was like, Little Mac's cool.
I
Let me
still have
go.
no desire to play this.
Now you want to go play Punch Out again? Try to beat
No.
Glass Joe?
hey, he beat Glass Joe. That's like
right.
beating the game for him.
That's
Come on.
right.
I did beat Glass Joe and I turned it off.
Well, no, it's
He
funny
beat
you.
the game, basically.
I rolled credits.
It's funny you say that though, because guess who else started playing some Animal Crossing this weekend?
You.
Me. Yeah, I jumped back into Animal Crossing. So
The original or
no, on
the other?
the new Leaf, the one that Isabelle's in. Like,
Oh.
just started. My wife was missing some stuff in her town that I had, so I was able to hook her up. And the chat saying the weeds. No, I have my town set on beautiful, so I don't have to ever worry about weeds.
Very good, Josh.
My
That's
town
beautiful.
is all flowers, and the only thing I'm missing is a police station, which bums me out. So,
You still didn't get anybody
No.
to suggest it?
no, 300 hours in that game, and I still don't have a police station.
That was like I got that like in the first week.
Thanks.
Some lady was like, "Hey, you want one?" I was like, "Yeah, sure."
You know what
I put it
happens
in the worst
when,
location, but
when you don't
it's
read
still
stuff and you kind of skip it?
bad. I know. You probably told them all off. That's why they moved out of your town. Like, I don't want
Yeah,
to.
Josh, how do you know at all what's going on in that game? At all?
I
He's
don't
probably
mind.
just hand him like random oranges. Like, here you go. This is what you
He's like,
want.
I just
Like,
bury
I wanted
everything.
a fish.
If their little thing goes off and they want to talk, I run the other way. I'm like, no, they're going to
Do you
talk
do
to
that in
me.
life?
Pretty much. If I see somebody make eye contact, I'm like, no, I'm out.
Yeah.
He can handle
So-
talking. It's just if you try to make him read, he'll run away.
Yeah, don't send me a note or a text. I'll just
Well,
be like,
see-
I'm like the one word text back guy. Like, okay, thanks, cool,
Thumbs up.
thumbs up, you know. So, all right, well, we're gonna wrap this thing up here. Switch is the fastest selling console in this generation in the United States. So
Ever.
that's crazy. That's pretty cool. And so that's it. That's gonna do it. Let's wrap this thing up. All right, Destinaut, where can we find you?
You got,
Hey, where can we find
you
you?
can find me dying. We're down the wrong pipe. So, yeah, you can find me in the Discord, N64 Josh Discord. I'm also on Twitter at iDestinaut, and I'm getting closer. I think I sent out a picture. I got the monitors rearranged. I got this cool backlighting now. The stream is coming, and I just might start it off by playing some Animal Crossing.
Oh, you could show off your town.
Yeah, so that's Twitch / whatever it is, Destinaut.
Eric, where can we find you?
You will find me on Twitter at HateZero. You'll find me on Discord. I'm doing one more Christmas giveaway in main chat. You'll just have to be there. It's going to be completely random, so everyone has a fair shake at it. So come join the fun. There's a lot of great people in there. A lot of good games being played. Join the Discord.
We're 13 people away from 700 people in there. So
Many people.
It's bonkers. Bonkers. Mel, where can we find you?
I'm gonna be in the Discord. That's where you can find me. Chatting it up.
Right on. Right on. Guys, you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all the places. It's at N64Josh. Follow my Instagram. That's where I'm having a ton of fun posting highlights of Smash pretty much daily from the stream. Last night, Nightcrawler got the cape, and so that was the highlight for today. So, yeah, having a lot of fun over there. You can follow this show at NPowercast on Twitter. The show notes can be found at n64josh.com/NPC155. If you want to email the show, it's npc@n64josh.com. And if you'd like to get yourself a free book from Audible, go to audibletrial.com/NPC. Remember, the chair I'm sitting in is from Opseat. Go to n64josh.com/Opseat. And if you'd like to get yourself an extra podcast for just $1, patreon.com/N64Josh. Like they said, come hang out in the Discord. n64josh.com/Discord is your invite. And we do have a Facebook group if that's where you like to hang out online. n64josh.com/Facebook group will take you there. Guys, if you like the show, you like the direction it's heading, let us know on iTunes, rate and review. We'd really, really appreciate it. We appreciate all of the feedback, all the kind words on there. Thank you so much. If you don't mind, if you're listening to this right now, take a screenshot of your phone, post it on your Instagram, tweet it out, let your friends know that you enjoy this show. We'd really, really appreciate that. So we will see you Thursday. You guys have a good one. Take it easy now. Bye.